This
Will
is
you,
Mark?
ouch, lights, wrong. Wait, so you're there.
It's very hot, isn't it?
No, they're just not right. Could you come in close? Come in close.
Oh, okay.
Zoom.
But can you change, please? Because,
Exchange play.
yeah.
Et alors,
Just
faut que
find
tu
out.
fais-lui un.
Oh,
You want a close up.
Okay, pull back just a little bit.
Un peu en arrière. Tu comprends de toute façon.
Ouais.
Okay, nipple check.
Oops.
I can pull back a little more. These aren't so great. Why is that fill there? Could you put that fill? No, move this one closer to your camera, please.
Rapproche cette lumière de ta caméra.
And what would be great is if you move that between the chair, so that what I'm getting is boom, and not the fill.
All right, have this
Side
one
is
here.
bad.
Ok.
Celle-là, ici.
Ah.
Mettre la face pour faire juste une face.
Ouais, moi c'était pour.
And this way you can see the park too. Is the diva lighting.
Let me.
I'm old now, I have to have it. No, try it.
The diva lighting.
The
It's
diva
okay,
lighting.
yeah?
Try interviewing Barbara Streisand. It'll take you 5 hours. At least I'm fast. Let's see. Oh, I can't see because you're tilted away, baby. Okay, now come zoom in.
Oui.
Ça va?
Attends, mais parce que je peux plus. Voilà, je sais.
Ça va?
Ouais, attends.
Tu veux que je pousse le moniteur?
Non, c'est bon.
Yep.
Better?
Much.
Nadia,
Yes.
one time I'll just tap you.
Okay,
For
tap
the
me.
last 2 minutes, okay?
All right.
Okay.
Here, give me a little. Use your nice long legs. Perfect.
Ok, ça tourne. C'est bon pour toi, Jacques?
Mm. Okay, can you move it though? Because then I'll just watch myself.
Okay, I'll do it.
Thank you.
Ça va, ça te chauffe?
Ouais, là c'est bon.
Là, c'est bon?
Attends. Ouais, c'est bon. Ok.
Oh!
Can you speak on French TV?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Not when you are the host of the show.
Yeah.
If you are.
And not when you're pregnant either, I bet.
I try not to.
Yeah, but they wouldn't throw you out of the country for it. Okay.
Was it difficult for you, after 4 years not being on the music scene, to come back as a band and not when all the attention was on one person before, for 3 years?
No,
I don't think all the attention was on one person. I mean,
pretty much.
yeah, but I mean,
You get some attention from your girlfriend.
well, we ignore that.
No, because the celebrity part of my life is fun, and it's a hobby, and I like it. And when I was little, I thought it'd be really fun to be famous, but it's not the art part of my life. It doesn't mean anything. It's pretty stupid.
Yes, but to focus all the attention again now on the band.
Yeah, but
People always focus on art though. In the end, they always focus on the good. You know, doing a bunch of fashion crap.
You're just talking about media attention too.
Yeah,
and
it's
that's
just
not-
media, and it's fun. It's a hobby, and it also gives a lot of power to us as a band to have a bigger platform, so that we can change the landscape more. So it's the true heart of what I do, and what he does, and what Melissa and Sam, who aren't here, do. Beats for music.
So you think that that's what we were talking about, this vampirized story, that your image was not too strong for the band, but that it's useful for the band. That's what you think.
There's a lot more political power, a lot more ability to get across what we need to get across. So yeah, I mean, it's a monster. You feed it morsels. I have fun sometimes. Sometimes it's boring. I don't take it that seriously. If it went away tomorrow, I probably wouldn't cry at all. But if my band went away tomorrow, I'd be very sad.
No vampire?
No,
You don't think she has it too strong?
no, I mean, you're talking about something sucking the life out of a product or something, and that's not, you know.
The product?
Yeah, that's.
No, that's not what I meant.
Well, you're talking about, you know, commercials, and that's not.
That's not.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, let's forget the vampires. You said in an interview to a French magazine, The Inrecuptible, that
Oh, I like that magazine. I like them.
and you said that for a long time Hole was a band in reaction. What does it mean? And what has changed? What did it become if it's not a band in reaction anymore?
From the reactiveness to my peers, our peers, I think a great album was made. One great album, the first album, which was reactive. Reactive in the sense that, for me, growing up in punk rock, I would play pop songs, I would play songs with hooks, and people would say, that sucks, that's stupid. And the reason that they would say it is the fascinating part in American culture anyway. I don't know about French, but in the music scene in the mid to late 80s, a lot of upper middle class people started infiltrating, people that had gone to Oxford and Brown and Yale and Harvard, who were going to come into big, huge trust funds, started sort of, rock's always been working class, lower middle class, working class, outcasts, whoever was a faggot, a freak, and fat, and didn't fit in. And so all of a sudden, these people who were going to come into huge amounts of money when they turned 30 kind of came in with this avant-garde sensibility that was, their artistic vision, and imposed on a lot of us that were more working class and wanted to make it and wanted to write songs and, wanted to rock and follow our vision and be pure in as much as Patti Smith or R.E.M. or anything else, but literally, so oblique and so obscure. I don't know, French mainstream, remember a band called Babes in Toyland? Remember this band? They were our peers, rivals. Oh, I was in that band. I was a bitch who stole my dress, and went on. Mm-hmm. And my friend who was in that band, she's now a waitress. She could have been one of the biggest rock stars in the world. She was a great pop writer. She sang beautifully, but she, in her reactiveness to these upper middle class people, just screamed, yelled, and never went for it. Never tried to use her real skill and her real craft, which was she was a good pop writer. So I think that Pretty on the Inside, as reactive as it is to that scene, which is just me going, you know what, fine, throw me out of bands because I can write like R.E.M. I'm gonna fuck shit up. But we also knew how to do another thing, and it wasn't a pose. It was real, and I'm very proud of it. But now we've grown into ourselves.
It has to do with maturity, I guess.
Maturity and also a sense of classism. Why should I sit around and wonder about selling out when even the fact of this band being successful is subversion. Period. That's all.
But working and living, and you recorded in Hollywood, did it change your point of view on the whole idea that to be pure, the punk rock should remain underground?
I don't have a punk rock. I'm a poser. They threw me out of punk rock. I grew up in it, but I was always a poser. I think punk rock in America is a Marxist male rite of passage. I don't think it has anything to do with outsider women. Outsider women need a voice, just like black people, just like any minority in a form. We need as big of a voice as we can possibly get. And if you're going to sign, if all these punk rock bands sign to a major label in America, they sign on to participate. So they sign to a major label, and then what do? They make a record that no one can listen to. Some of them are unfortunately lower middle class, and then they have to go back and be bartenders and waitresses because they bought this life from the upper middle class. I don't know if the French have a class system, but I'm in England right now, and I'm really on it. We played last night, and there was a lot of Americans, but I was getting the English boy for their class system. They drive me nuts.
We have a class system.
You do? Mm-hmm. You seem so liberal and sort of socialist.
But there is.
There
always.
is. Well, there's everywhere.
Yeah.
There is everywhere. But in America, you can be born this way. You can Chanel, Coco Chanel, born a peasant girl, Coco Chanel. These stories, you don't get them in England. You're like, you're born this, you die this. And if you try to do this, well, then everyone will attack you.
Am I right if I understand, according to all, this interview I thought was very good to the Inrecuptible, so it's kind of my reference, that your band, that Hole, is the real thing you take really seriously, professionally speaking, I'm talking.
Well, I have the most fun at it. I like acting. Acting is fun, but it's more as a refined energy. Much more refined energy. So last night, it's almost like we played last night. It's great fun, and it's almost like stand-up comedy. Kind of. Yes, I take it very seriously, in a good way. In an irreverent way, I take it seriously, yeah.
It's not a game compared to acting. Acting could be a game.
Yeah, acting is a game a little more. Not when I'm in it, not when I'm doing it. When I'm doing it, it's real and I'm cooked in, but to get to do it, God, you have to go through so much crap. And I can't think of a worse job in the world than being a Hollywood actress. Bad job. Bad job. You know, dependent on that? Mm-mm.
Apparently you are...
Someone have a light? I'm sorry.
It's easier for you to write lyrics than to compose music.
Who said that? What asshole said that?
It's easier for you, I mean, you
This is so women are more linguistic.
I don't know, I
This
don't know.
is de Beauvais. No, this
But,
record.
I mean,
This record, we started with music, and it just used vowel sounds, e, ooh, ah, syllables. Because I'm good at lyric writing. It's something I'm good at. So I knew if I got the essence of the song, I could catch the lyrics out of the air, edit them later, not be afraid to edit myself. But the most important thing is the composition. What I am not is technically proficient. I'm not the greatest guitar player. But then when they practiced without me, I don't mean to toot my own horn because you're a genius. You are a genius. He's a genius, absolute genius. He's very quiet, and he won't be arrogant about it, which I wish he would.
But a lot of the songs like start just with her and guitar and singing something. So that's I mean most of the songs.
But I'm a slob on the guitar. I am a slob, but
No,
I
it
have a
doesn't matter.
style.
Composition
Like when I
doesn't
came
matter.
in, when they rehearsed, they were so tight, and there needed to be some more sex, some more sloppiness, some more loose groove. So you know, then I would work on that. But aesthetically, you know, no guitar magazine I don't think is ever going to celebrate my tuning technique. This is true. But I know a hook, and I know a song, and I know how to find a song. I know how to build a song, anyway.
I mean, we're not like kind of a wanky guitar band anyways, you know. We don't spend a...
But do you want to be? Don't you want to play leads? Is that something missing from your life because you're male?
No, I think it's better that way.
When you did your Guitar World interview, were they busting you on you for not playing leads?
No, he liked the fact that I didn't.
I bet when we first started, you know, he came from boy rock, and so he would play leads. I'm like, no, never. And so I feel some ways I've suppressed
I've never,
him. But I don't know. I don't want to hear.
Ernie.
Well, as a result, I mean, most of the songs you co-wrote or co-composed the music with several people, and you wrote alone the lyrics. Most of the songs.
But you know, the only reason I pointed that out is because I'm sure the French psyche can understand the idea that women can do lots of stuff, but unfortunately, where I come from and in this country, women can't do anything, and so they don't let you. So I was being a little reactive, but I was like, I'm so sick of people saying that like somebody else wrote a note on Live Through This. That's mine and Eric's baby. What the fuck, you know? Leave us alone. So this time I delineated everything. I was going to put percentage down, but somebody stopped me. I was going to put like Eric, 40%, Courtney, 40%, Billy, 20%, Melissa, you know. But I didn't. Just to make a statement. I'm so sick of it. It's so boring. Leave me alone. Of course we write our own songs. And we used Billy for help, and he was great, especially with vocal phrasing, which I was having a really hard time with. I couldn't break through the wall. He's got a very mainstream sense of how to do a phrase and turn things around. Taught me a lot.
At the moment of the recording, no? No.
This record took 2 years to make. Billy, great help that he was. He came for 12 days of some of the writing. It was very pure and
At
beautiful.
the writing moment.
Yeah, it shouldn't be confused with any gender thing, and it shouldn't be confused with the last record because, you know, we wrote the last record. No,
A lot of people are confused. They
it's
think
so
that
depressing. I can't even. And it's just because, you know what, if I was like a guy and I just wore jeans and a t-shirt, I'd be the most, if I was a guy, I'd be one of the more boring rock stars in the world. Because I'm like a girl, I'm like interesting. It's so weird. And yeah, I don't know, I hate it, it's stupid. Make it stop.
Can you tell us a little bit about the story of the Celebrity Skins song, the title album? What's the meaning behind it? What's an explanation? And also because we don't know about this magazine. Did you choose because?
No, I like the words.
So, oh yeah,
I just like the words.
The words are very good.
Good
yeah.
words, skin and celebrity. They're
But
good
what
words.
kind of magazine? Is it like a National Enquirer?
No,
and stuff like
it's
that?
much sleazier than that. It's like a porno magazine of actresses and famous people that if like you do if you do a movie or something where your underwear or your breasts or your vagina or your butt shows, they print that.
They
It's
print the
just-
still from the
They print the still
yeah,
from
from a movie.
Celebrity Sleuth and Celebrity Skin.
Oh, yeah. Really skin. I mean, naked people.
Well,
That's
like if Sandra Bullock did a topless scene early in her career, they'll just show stills from that scene. That's all. That's all it is.
It's worst.
It's okay. You know, that's part of the deal.
And so, okay, so you chose for the words, and what's the story behind it? There's this great video. We just.
Do you like it?
I think it's good. It's.
I don't think
made
it
me-
had. It
made
was
me
gonna
think
be
of,
good. I just don't know if I like it.
Marilyn Monroe in Diamonds Are the Girl's Best Friend, the set, and then yeah,
Think of that. Okay.
and then the dolls hanging.
Girls.
Yes,
Those are dolls.
girls like
Yeah.
dolls.
Flopping
Yes,
dolls,
like
yeah.
floppy
Yeah.
dolls. I used to take hallucinogens when I was very young, and I don't recommend it for anybody, but I had a hallucination of girls coming from ceilings on hooks when I was 18. So that's what I based it on.
But the lyrics, what do you talk about in these songs?
It's sort of like the beginning of Cabaret, when Joel Grey says, "Welcome to the Cabaret." It's just a very quick song in the beginning, a little bit tongue-in-cheek. It's like sort of, welcome, dun, 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 dun. That's all it is, really. It's not, sometimes when a song only takes 10 minutes to write, it can be, you know, Teen Spirit by Nirvana took 10 minutes to write. So, you know, I mean, I don't know. Some of the greatest songs in the world, I've asked people. Neil Young said he wrote Needle and the Damage Done in 10 minutes. So sometimes you can't, I think, oh, that only took 10 minutes. It's nothing, but maybe it's something. I don't know.
So there is no deep meaning, no criticism of Hollywood about.
And that particular song?
Yeah.
No, not really. It's about, you know, I think it's about when I was a dancer, it sort of reminded me of some of the girls that came to Hollywood, maybe a little Hollywood dream.
And
Sort
then
of.
when we were making the video, then we saw
All the
it's like
girls that
the
came to be
same
the hook girls, they're the same girls from the 20s and the 30s
Yeah.
and the 40s and the 50s, and they're chorus girls, and maybe something's wrong with their face, and maybe some of them will make it, and maybe some of them don't. And then there was one charismatic one, and of course I went up to her and I'm like, "Do you play guitar?" Because like every time in my entire life since I was 14, I've met an interesting girl. I'm like, "Do you play guitar? Do you play drums?" It's just my pickup line, I guess. At this point, I realized I was like, "Oh my God!" I asked everyone this.
Do you miss playing live? And if so, what do you like, and what do you most dislike about touring?
Oh, I liked last night. We played live last night. It was really, really fun. And it's, I think, the thing that we do best. And we broke in our new drummer last night, who's a 22-year-old prodigy. She's amazing. We were really sad about the other drummer, who's been with us a long time, who just has some other hobbies that, you know, she likes more than the band. And when she's, maybe if she gives up those hobbies, she'll come back, but I don't know. But it was really, really fun. What I don't like is the way that people in rock treat, it's a class thing again. I think a lot of rock bands come from the lower middle classes. The lifespan is quicker. People around rock treat, as opposed to actors, treat people in rock a lot crappier, you know. And so I demand humanity around us. I demand respect around us. And it kind of has made me into a bit of a diva, but I don't care. Good. You know what I mean? I earned it. It doesn't mean I'm mean, but it's like I'm not going to put up with, you know, lots of drugs around and lots of, you know, just people treating us like crap in bad conditions, and everything smells like piss and beer and put some incense on and be nice. Be nice or leave. That's our motto.
Do you still think that in 1998, when you were a woman in this industry, you have to fight to take your place? You were talking about that in your country. Is it still the case? Because you,
I think as a guy, I'd have to fight. I think you have to fight if you have a different vision than other people, no matter what. You know, and I have all sorts of gender politics and class politics as well. But ultimately, bottom line is, the song's the thing. If you have the song, then you don't need to explain anything. You know, so if you're not, if it's for the people and you're doing something that's non-compromising, follows your vision. What's a good example? You know, a good example is Quentin Tarantino's. I think I might have mentioned that in that interview. Is a really great example of somebody who made a movie for himself, Pulp Fiction, and is also for the people. So it doesn't compromise, and it's still for the people. It's not elitist. It is a little elitist, but it's fun elitist. You're in on it. So that kind of a vision, I think, is a really important populist way to do things.
and that's,
yeah, you have to
the,
fight.
that's the easy vision to impose. I mean, it's not difficult to impose that kind of vision. That's what you're explaining.
If it's a true organic vision and you have a desire to, in your own heart, to make, for instance, in music, things that are accessible, that people love, there's great power in a pop song. I believe in pop. It saved my life a million times, well, lots of times, in the throes of deep depression or agony or ecstasy or sex, you know, and you put on your great record and you have great sex or you feel much better or whatever. I mean, music is so powerful that way. And acting is lovely and refined and transcendent, and I like it, and I'll continue to do it, but it's not like the other thing. The other thing is just...
Okay, that's my last question. It's not for me. It's for a French journalist doing a story on Kiss, on the return of Kiss. Maybe you could both answer. What do you think of their comeback? And is it true that when you were a teenager, you were ready to do anything for them?
No, when I was a teenager, I was arrested for shoplifting a Kiss t-shirt. No, I was not ready to do anything for them. That is not true. I was arrested for... No, it was because at that Kiss show in America, heavy metal groupies in the late 70s, early 80s, they would give roadies blowjobs to get backstage. So I met all these girls and they all had like backstage, how'd you get that? And they'd all look at each other mysteriously. And then I went and I thought maybe if I got a Kiss t-shirt that I could fit in with them. So I went down to the Woolworths and I shoplifted a Kiss t-shirt, and I didn't go to the Kiss concert. I spent the night in juvenile hall. That's my Kiss story. But Eric dressed up as Paul Stanley for Halloween one year.
Yeah, it was, when I was 10 years old. It's,
And then we kicked their ass on the rock, all the rock radio formats in America, which was kind of a moment.
That was nice, yeah.
But it's their comeback, so I think that they should have. We shouldn't gloat over that.
Yeah, no. It's hard to age gracefully, I think, when you're rock music. It's really hard. That's
It's tough, man.
that's the tough one. I think a lot of people, the ones
You got to quit when you're done.
Yeah, the ones that
That's
quit,
Save your money and
earn
quit
a lot
when
of
you're done.
respect.
And don't get addicted to it.
Yeah,
That's
the
the thing.
problem.